Hi folks, Will Jones, Dr. Epiphone here at Winter NAMM 2017 in sunny, actually rainy today, Anaheim, California. We've got new stuff to show you, so let's get to it. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's so nice to be around here. I want to say, hey, let's give some love. Here's a Kramer SM1 with EMGs, candy apple red with the sparkly and black hardware. Yum, yum, yum. And also, the much anticipated limited edition Brendon Small Snow Falcon outfit. This was designed in cooperation, of course, with Brendon Small, the creator of Metalocalypse, of course, which we all love that. It has a Gibson Burstbucker pickups that both are operated for coil switching, deck to single coil with this pot, and this pot is the Epiphone patented kill pot, so you can get that nice kill switch stuttering sound also built in. It is absolutely gorgeous. Notice how it's like sort of a grayish white into white. I mean, it's so beautiful, and it comes with a matching white shaped bag with the Snow Falcon logo on it from Brendon Small and Epiphone. This is also much anticipated Brent Hinds Flying V Custom, another limited edition. It features his own signature artist lace brand pickups in it. It has the lovely silver burst finish. Always one of my favorite classics. And there's his name on it. It has many Grovers, and I think probably the coolest thing is his logo there on the back of the headstock, which is pretty cool. A lot of people loving this guitar. Of course, Brent Hinds is with Mastodon. And now here we have this. Well, hey, guess what? Get on down to your Long McQuade store and ask them if they got one. You better get them while they can, because they be gone. This is the Firebird 1, Joe Bonamassa Firebird 1 limited edition. Everyone here loves this guitar. As we have replicated the Firebird pickup from back in the day. It's our new Pro Bucker in a Firebird pickup form. Here we have a limited edition 1955 custom Les Paul reissue. This is what a 55 Les Paul would look like if you owned one. It with the vintage sheen finish on it, with the aged toggle cap, black soap bars just like she had back in 1955. The neck, he's got the 55 neck on it. This is some serious wood. This is some Les Paul vintage sound for you. Also, we have the successor to our super selling Les Paul Special 2, the new Les Paul Special Vintage Edition, Les Paul Special VE. It still has your Alnico Classic humbuckers, stop bar, and tunematic bridge that are lock tone hardware that gives you 20% more sustain, full size 1-inch 500 kpf geometers, our proprietary switch, also Epiphone's proprietary non-rotating output jack. But what's different is the new finish that comes in. It comes in a nice sort of a vintage worn finish, and also we got some new vintage finish colors in the VE edition of the Les Paul Special VE, and it's even more affordable, which that's the best part, without sacrificing any quality. How do we do it? I don't know. Also, this is awesome. This is a real Les Paul ES. Thanks to our buddies over in Gibson, Memphis. We now have the real Les Paul ES. It's not chambered, it's not dug out, it's not drilled out. This is a actual arch top built with a rim and just a little support here for the hardware, the stop bar and tunematic, but it's completely hollow, and she sounds so amazingly sweet, and it's incredibly light because it is an ES Les Paul. This is a limited edition inspired by 1966 Century. Notice it's got one single P90 up here close to the neck, and this P90 is actually our new P90 Pro, which is a part of our Pro Series pickups, which is exactly like the old Gibson P90s back in the day, like 50, 60 years ago. Brass-plated, tin-plated brass base plate. Again, electrosolar wire. We buy the same wire that Gibson uses. It's a pro quality P90 pickup, but in this guitar is full hollow. You would think it's much like its sister. Its sister is not really the Casino. This is kind of like the cousin that lives next door, because the shape is different than a Casino. And with this, just this one pickup here in this one part, and the fact that the body's a little bit of different shape, sounds a little different than a casino. But it's like that because it's completely full hollow, and this also has a floating bridge. The casino does not. Of course, the casino bridge is fixed in place, but this has a floating bridge. So this is a bit of a hybrid. This is sort of like taking a casino back towards its archtop roots. But it's really cool. It comes in a vintage sunburst finish and the aged gloss cherry. Now, speaking of our vintage roots, our Masterbilt Century collection here, starting with the Olympics, the Zeniths, and the Deluxes, are all archtop acoustic electric guitars. We've got 10 models in all, or 10 colors. I've got about 7 of them here to show you. First of all, we'll start with the smallest one, the beginning of the line. It's the Masterbilt Century Olympic. Notice it says Olympic up here on the headstock. A nice vintage inlay. Look at the back of the headstock. We replicated our 1930s tuners cover, but under that is our 18-to-1 ratio vintage deluxe tuner that's super accurate and stable. You'll notice it's got a real floating bridge on it. It's got the Shadow NanoFlex HD pickup embedded in this top of this floating bridge assembly under the saddle, especially voiced for these guitars. Straight string pull on the trapeze tailpiece, volume and tone controls here on the passenger side F-hole. And the Olympic is 14.5 inches wide and only comes in these 2 colors and as F-holes. Here we have the Masterbilt Century Zeniths. I call this Mama Bear. This is 16 inches wide, a little bigger, a little fancier. Here's the Zenith, just Zenith. If it says Zenith Classic, that means it's got F-holes, but I call this the round hole version. I think the round hole has a little more bass and stuff to it, but hey, your mileage may vary. Again, floating bridge, Shadow NanoFlex HD, easy to access electronics. And notice how the Zenith, Mama Bear here, look at that. Flame maple back and sides. All of the Masterbilt Century collection has a solid pressed top. Solid top, arch top acoustics. These are what the guitars used to be. It used to sound like, and were supposed to sound like, before everything took a hard ride over into jazz box land when they put magnetic pickups in it back in the day. These are the progenitors of everything in this room in here, the real acoustic guitars from back in the day. You see this comes in a round hole in a vintage natural and also in a vintage sunburst like this color here. This is the sister model of the Zenith Classic. You can see there it is in the vintage sunburst. It still has flame maple back and sides under the vintage sunburst finish. And notice the Zenith has the nice little falling snowflake inlay. You know it's a Zenith because it says so again on the headstock inlays. It's just a gorgeous guitar. And of course, you know, the dynamics of these things are different than a flat top. And these things are cannons. They're loud. They're loud and they sound great not plugged in, but they're designed to be plugged in. They're acoustic electrics. And they actually sound like an acoustic when you plug them in. They're big and they're full and they're amazing. So the Zenith comes both ways, both colors with a round hole or the classic with the F-holes. Now we move to what I call Papa Bear, the big boy. It's jumbo size, 17-inch wide Masterbilt Century Deluxe models. This is the Masterbilt Century Deluxe, round hole in parentheses. You can see it has the notched diamond inlay. It comes with its pick guard mounted. Now, the Zenith and the Olympic both come with respective pick guards, but they're not mounted. They're on the side. You can put them on if you want to or not. But the Deluxe, he's already wearing his tie. There it is. But you can take it off if you want to. And again, flame maple back and sides. Yeah, turn the lights up to see that stuff. And again, Shadow NanoFlex HD pickup system going on there. And then the Masterbilt Century Deluxe Classic, of course, has the F-holes. And these, of course, are pretty glamorous. Everybody loves the F-hole acoustics these days, and everybody wants one, but now everybody can afford one without having to go to the vintage store and drop 10 grand. Notice the sound hole, lower sound hole controls here. You've got the volume, you've got the tone. Again, the bridge is still a floating bridge. it's just like it's supposed to be. It's perfect, it's gorgeous, and it sounds amazing. This thing is a cannon, especially when you plug it in. And notice also, I forgot, look at the 5-piece neck you'll get on either finish of the Deluxe or the Zenith. So, I got them mixed up, look at that. Put them on that one, this one goes on this one. So that's the Masterbilt Century Acoustic Electric Collection. There's 10 models all in all, really, yeah, well anyway. You got 10 choices. You'll love them. There's one here for you. Remember the neck, we're going vintage, so the neck isn't super thin, but it's still accessible and friendly. It feels like a substantial guitar. I call it a cannon, and it is. And of course, you guys know and love the Pro One collection there at the Long & McQuade stores. The first line of guitars ever in the world designed to be easier to play, and lots of features. We'll hit a few here on this one, the Pro One Ultra Cutaway Electric with built-in electronics, built-in tuner, of course. We have, of course, the thinner body, the shorter scale, jumbo frets, lighter strings, thinner neck, scratch-resistant pickguard, string-through bridge, no more bridge pins. The inside seal, we give you a little humidifier with it. It's got a dual-action truss rod when you want to put heavier strings on it later. Pro Ease fingerboard coating, lovely badge inlay, headstock logo rather, which I think looks really nice. On the back, she's super stable for any guitar you'd start out with because this thing will actually stay in tune. It's got our 18-to-1 vintage deluxe tuners, just like what are on the Masterbilt Centuries, but with a different tuner cover. Also, you'll get other features such as free online lessons, and they're easier to play. World's Word. Jumbo frets, did I mention that? I did mention that. Anyway, so we've got 3 models. We've got a steel string. There's a steel string solid top and the solid top cutaway electric. And then there's 3 models that are nylon strings. This is the 1.75 inch nut width. We have a 2-inch Spanish Classic, 2-inch nut width, like school programs would usually have. And then we've got a 3/4 size Classic nylon string, also in the Pro One collection. Not here, of course, are the Les Paul Pro One Electric Pack and the Explorer Pack. Check those out. They also come with Rocksmith, the only game that will actually teach you how to play guitar. Now, down here at the end, last but not leasties, I'll do this one. People have been asking for a 6-string banjo for us. It's strung like a guitar, so now the guitar players won't be jealous anymore. They can play banjo and not have to go through all the pain and suffering of learning the rolls. And it's the Stage Bird, by the way. That's the name of this new banjo, a lovely black head. Here is the volume control. Just got a volume because you either rock it or you're not on banjo, right? You plug it in right there. And look at the lovely headstock design there from our historic designs. Mini Grover tuners, 6 strings strung like a guitar, but it sounds like a banjo. And over here we have, I'll do this one now. You guys have been missing the MB250 for a while, but guess what? We've got something for you now. It's the new Epiphone Mayfair 5-string banjo. Real banjo is back from Epiphone, the company that pretty much invented the banjo here for the North American continent. We got the patents to prove it. This has, look at this headstock veneer. That is historic Epiphone design there. Yes, it looks just like our 1920s and 30s groundbreaking banjos that are super duper expensive in vintage store. But hey, look, this is, of course, affordable. It's got the falling snowflake inlay like the Zenith of the Masterbilt Century. Again, these are all Epiphone appointments from our history. This is all our stuff. Look at the back of the banjo. Isn't that gorgeous? Again, using our own designs. So 5-string banjo is back. It's got a real brass tone ring bead on it, real mahogany hoop, mahogany back and sides here. It's a real banjo, it's affordable, and it sounds amazing. I tuned this thing up really nice and tight earlier. It's good. This is our new mandolin. This is our MM40L Masterbilt mandolin. Check it out with the oval sound hole. Now, to me, I think this thing is even louder than your standard F-hole. But it's a Masterbilt. Notice the Masterbilt inlay, baseball script inlay, stick pin inlay. The tuners on back, look at the back. It's a beautiful instrument with tortoise binding, compensated bridge. She is gorgeous. A lot of people have been playing this thing so far. In fact, most of them work here. We all love this, the new MM40L Masterbilt mandolin. You'll find it in our Masterbilt collection. So that's the new stuff here at 2017 Winter NAMM. I'm Dr. Epiphone, and we love you guys at McQuade. I'll see you up there soon again.